Hello and welcome to Film Slam Stream's post-film conversation for Shadow. My name is Eric Siler, and I'm an instructor of film, media arts, and communications, as well as moderator for this conversation. We are pleased to be joined by the director of Shadow, Elahe Esmaili. Elahe hails originally from Iran, but she is now joining us from London, England, and she was a student in directing at the National Film and Television School in the UK. Before she did that, she also worked on many other films. Her first film was called The Doll back in 2021, which was awarded the Best International Short at the Hot Docs Festival. Hello, Elahe, and welcome.
Hello, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about the film, and thanks everyone for watching this. I'm all yours.
This is great. Great that you can tell this story. Being originally from Iran, this is a story that takes place, in your country. And tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind this. I know it's not totally a true story, but a partial true story. Tell us about the inspiration for creating this.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of another person's story in the film, which was a girl who lived in the UK. The film is actually set in the UK. And that girl I heard from, she was in the UK, and because of like the clash with her parents, she was sent back to Iran when she wanted to pursue a dream here, which wasn't quite aligned with her family's expectations. She was Iranian, and as I am. And also myself, I was a gymnast as a girl, and I had to give up on the sport because it's a sport that like it exposes quite a lot of your body, and Iran doesn't have an international team for women in the sport because it's not just yeah, you know the story. So it's not a like very well developed sport in Iran, and no matter how I loved the sport, I had to quit. And my parents didn't want me to pursue that either when I was a child, because they were like, okay, there's no future, and we're not gonna allow you to be a professional gymnast. So I had quit the sport myself as well. So mixing the two was the starting point for this film.
Well, let me ask you this. I understand the point about the outfits exposing the bodies of the women. Aren't there alternate outfits that could be worn to still compete in this sport?
Not at the international highest level, not yet. They are now, just now, like this year, they are proposing, like the committee are proposing an outfit, and if it gets approved, then like the Muslim women will be allowed to use that and to like wear that in the sport at the like international competition, like Olympics, and um like having the headscarf is the deal, because like they've already approved just recently they approved like a long sleeve and long legs kind of outfit, but for the headscarf they are now in the process of getting something approved that is suitable for the sport, and is like aligned with that like cultural and religious expectation of like people around the world, like to be more inclusive.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good that people are being forward thinking
Yeah.
and that. Um, the film. Can you tell us a little bit of the differences, the things that you added to the film that were different from the actual story? What things did you change around?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Can you repeat it?
You said, I know this is based partially on a true story, but you had to change some things around to make it more dramatic and entertaining. What things did you change around in the film based from the original story?
Yeah, so the biggest and most important change was the ending. Neither me nor that girl that I knew in the UK resisted for what we wanted to do. I quit the sport and she left the UK for good, and she went back to Iran. So I think like that is the most important change, that this girl in this film finds a solution and has the courage to fight for her dreams, and like finds a peaceful solution for that as well. Um, so yeah, that was the biggest change. And also like just the setting as well. Like for example, for me it was in Iran. For that girl that I knew, she was in a like very different situation. That wasn't like a sport thing. Like for her it was a different thing. um so yeah, like those major things, those things are the major things that were changed during the development process, and so many like details in the characters, in the story, in the arc, and yeah.
Okay, great. Now, the ending of the story, it just ended. And before we started the interview, you talked about this maybe being a series, a television series. How would you continue the story? What happens next?
Yeah, like I'm considering the idea of developing it into a series. I was like there's this conversation happening around the film. And in the TV series, if any, in the TV show, it will be a group of teenagers who are going to this gymnastic class, and they come from different backgrounds. One of them is this girl, and there are a couple more from like just different backgrounds, dealing with different um issues, and like but they're friends, and they all a part of this group who are going to compete for the Olympics in the national team in the UK. And yeah, like we get close to all of them. The main character will be still Hura, who's the main character of this short, but we will get to know all the girls and all their challenges. Um,
And will the mother and daughter reunite at some point, or have you thought that
yeah, yeah,
far?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Exactly. And what do you think the mother's reaction will be when they do reunite?
Interesting. I'm not sure yet, but I think like witnessing the changing society in Iran now, like in 2024, like, and having a perspective of the future and how it's gonna look like for us and for that generation in Iran. I think there will be an acceptance and a caring approach, and there is already an acceptance kind of behavior in the film from her. But I think in the future and after a while, it will be a more supporting acceptance, like it's not just okay, I let you go, you do what you want to do. It will be more of you do what you want to do, and I'm there for you, and I will support you at the full capacity. I think that is my vision for what for their next meetup.
Okay. It sounds good. It sounds really interesting. I hope that happens sooner rather than later. Let's talk about making the film. One thing that struck me in the film was the relationship between the mother and the daughter. And even though the mother can be seen as the antagonist, I really didn't see her as that in a way. I saw maybe the antagonist being the system that the daughter and mother are struggling with. Can you elaborate on that? Were you intentionally trying to not make the mother the antagonist, or was she the antagonist?
No, exactly. You're right. It's not like she's not the antagonist. She's sort of a victim of that system herself as well. Like she is expected to do so. She's expected to put this pressure on her daughter. And like that's what we talked about the TV series as well. That's when she also breaks that stereotype, and she also changes thing in her life. And you know, like this generational thing will change the whole society at the end and break that system, I think. So yeah, definitely I wanted to approach her as a human being, as a loving mother who cares about her daughter, like all the mothers in the world, almost. And like any person who really wants to support their children, but they have their own beliefs and they have their own opinionated kind of, you know, lifestyle that they don't want to break those red lines of them. So yeah, that was my intention originally too, for her to be also understood in the film. Where is she coming from, how she thinks, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
And one thing that you did to bring that to life more were the supporting characters. I love the way each character was developed to help support the story. The sister, the brother, the dance instructor, and so forth. Tell us about the time that you spent on developing the characters, other characters in the film to support the overall story.
Yeah, it was really a tough one because it's a short film and you want to be precise and you want to have as less characters as possible. But I thought like this is needed, like this is needed for her to have a support system as well as like an um like a what is that, like an obstacle. So like having the little sister, the brother, and the coach helped her, the main character, also to gain that courage to kind of do what she needs to do. And it was so difficult, like it's the most time consuming part of the script, I think, because you want to be precise, you don't want to be, you don't want to over develop a character, but you don't want to be you don't want them to not be understood or to not fit in the story. So there's just a perfect amount of them that needs to be there. And yeah, and I hope I achieved that. I try to have them as much as needed, just as much as needed, and not more, not less.
Excuse me, I believe you have. Let's look at the production process. I know this was part of your thesis project in film school. How did you find your actors? Did you hold a casting call or did you know some of them ahead of time?
Oh my God, that was such a difficult process for me because I'm in London. I'm looking for professional Iranian actors, and like the accent was important, the language was important, the acting skills was important, and for the lead, the gymnastic part was also important. So it was a very difficult search for me. So I went to all the Iranian communities in London, went to the supermarkets, to the bakeries, to the like every place, to the restaurants, every place that I could think of, and got them to like talk to their customers, if they know anyone, and it was like a street cast basically. And the kids, like all the actors, basically all the actors, they are non-actors. This is their first time appearing on camera. This is their first experience. The mom had some experiences before, but like the kids, they are all non-actors. So yeah, it was very difficult to find them.
I can imagine. Now, was the daughter an actual dancer or did you teach her to dance from your backgrounds?
Yeah, she was actually the least flexible person in London. No, she wasn't a dancer, and I'm joking. But no, she wasn't a dancer. And I had a body double. So I had a professional performer. Yeah. and we rehearsed it a lot to make it look like they're one person. Yeah, and we practiced a little bit with her, like some basic movements, some shots that we needed to see her face so that she can do those, and then the rest was with the performer and the magic of edit.
Right. Well done. Well done. Thank you for letting us know that. I'm sure our viewers are going to go back and look at it again
Yeah,
to see.
they're gonna cut me. They're gonna cut me there. Oh, yeah.
Which is fine. This is the magic of film.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the response this film has had from just all walks of life. How have people responded to this film?
I've been receiving really warm responses from, especially the people from like the minorities, like from like I'm in London, and it's such a cultured city with like different backgrounds and people who are coming from a different side of the world, which those who have similar kind of cultures, they get really connected with the story. And I had so many people coming to me that like that really touched us. That's exactly how we were. That's exactly how what we experienced as well. Like I wish I'd done that as well, like the girl in the film. So it's been really well received in that terms. And yeah, and also like so many people love some specific scenes of the film and they reflect on, they just reach out to say they were like so amazed by that scene and how it was executed and how it was produced and put in the film and like all the emotional bits of them. So yeah, it's been a really heartwarming feedback for me.
I can imagine, especially when the mother said, we're moving to Iran, we're going to Iran, and daughter's like, for how long? When are we coming back? And the
Yeah,
mother's like, we're not. And
yeah.
so it's just, that's very emotional. It's just like a really revealing point in the film.
It could change your life forever. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. So, Elahe, what's next for you? I know you have thoughts about making this into a TV series, but are you working on anything else right now?
Yeah, that is a long shot.
Mhm.
But right now I have a new short that I'm working on, and then I'm working on my first feature, which is in the development at the moment. And yeah, we will see where it goes in the next year. Hopefully, it will get some progress in the next year.
I hope so too. I hope so as well too. And
That is also a
um,
sports film, actually.
I'm sorry.
My feature is also a sports film.
Oh, it's a sports film. It's a sports film about what sport? About
Uh,
the
that one is about, no, that one is about chess.
about chess. Interesting. And when can we see that?
I don't know. It's in the development now, so we'll see.
Development. Okay. Oh, great, great. Well, interesting. This is great. It's been really a pleasure to speak with you. I hope we get to speak again whenever your next film is out too. If it's anything like this, we're going to be in for a real treat. Elahe Esmaili, director of Shadow, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And sending you lots of loves from London.
Okay. And
Thank
thank you to our audience for joining us for this important and invigorating conversation. For more information about our upcoming events, please visit us at clevelandfilm.org. I'm Eric Siler. Thank you.